AM Sports is presented by Triple J.
All right, welcome to sports, and for the second time this week, we're going to be talking about lifting weights, but a slightly different discipline. And joining us here, we have Coach Jeffrey Martin. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
So what are your credentials, Coach?
So I've been in the sport since about 2013 as a competitor. About a year later, I got my coach's certification while I was in Chicago. And I've been coaching and competing since 2014.
So staying busy, obviously.
Staying busy. But the Navy's my primary job, and then coaching and competing are kind of my part-time job.
Okay.
But I enjoy doing all three.
The benefits are, they speak for themselves, the health, the physical fitness, and just the ability to, be able to do everything your job requires of you.
That's true, yes.
So we're talking about a little coaching session that you have at Custom Fitness this Sunday, the 15th. Now, earlier this week, we were talking to Grace about deadlifting, but you're talking about snatch lifting. Explain the difference.
So a deadlift is just from the ground to you lift it up to you stand up completely. The bar's at your hip. Right. With the snatch, it's from the ground to overhead in one motion.
That's the one we see in the Olympics a lot, where it's just boom.
Yep. So it has your longest distance to travel from beginning to end.
Okay, so one of the keys with lifting a lot of weight is form.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen many injuries, many people that they're sore afterwards because their form is off. What is one of the mistakes that you see most common?
Most of the time it's people doing too much weight at the beginning,
right,
and dialing it back and working on that technique, which will then help you progress to lifting that heavier weight and prevent you from getting injured.
So have the fundamentals down first.
Yes,
Start with
exactly.
a lightweight. If I go into the gym and I see you snatching whatever it is, that I'm not going to try to do that right off the bat. I need to start at my level, get the form down, and then those weights are going to seem a lot lighter because your form is proper.
Exactly, right. And you might just start with the barbell, but
That's
over
fine.
time, you will have the 100 kilos on the barbell that you've been seeking for however long.
So what's your snatch record at the moment?
My best training snatch is 118 kilos, so somewhere right around 258 pounds, I think. Yeah, they can do the math to figure out the exact pounds if they want. And then, so my best competition lift is 108 kilos. So there is a little bit difference. Normally your training best is not going to be your competition best.
Okay, because competition, you're really pushing yourself.
You are, so the adrenaline might be up. You might
Right.
not necessarily get that what you did in training.
Okay, so this little clinic that you're having, who's this for? Is it experienced weightlifters or anybody that wants to try it out?
It's for everybody. It could be a person that's never touched the barbell to somebody that's maybe been in the sport 5 or 6 years. This is really going to focus in on the technique side, and we're going to learn if, hey, can you even overhead squat the bar? And if you can't overhead squat, you can probably put the barbell overhead and hold it, so we can work on different types of different types of snatches. So whether it's a power snatch or a full snatch, meaning you go into an overhead squat.
And on the flyer, it says Olympic refresher. Tell us about why you're using that terminology.
So for the people that are experienced in the lift, or they don't do it that often, it'll kind of be a refresher course to get them back into the technique side of the lift.
If they choose to be competitive or just do it for their own personal records, I want to set my own records at the gym.
Yep.
So everyone is involved. It's at Custom Fitness this
is.
Sunday. What time are we looking at?
We're going to start at 8 a.m. and it should wrap up right around 10 a.m.
Okay. So anybody that has been lifting for a while, do you think it's good to sometimes go back and kind of revisit the fundamentals? Because you kind of get it, no, this is what works for me, but you looking at someone else, you can think, well, I think your form is a little off there.
Definitely, because any competitive lifter is always going to revert back to some type of technique cycle in their training, so they focus back to the basics, because that's what it's all about. That foundation that you started, it needs to be consistent all the time, and you do that through technique.
Technique, reps.
Reps, yes, exactly. And we're going to do a lot of reps on Sunday, so they'll get a good workout while they're there too.
Kids can get into it as well?
Yes. If you had kids and you wanted to bring them along, I'd say about 8 years and up for the kids would be a good time to start them in the sport of weightlifting.
All right, fantastic. Jeff, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, Custom Fitness this Sunday, guys. Don't miss it.